Welcome everybody to the K&B Music Den. Again, as always, I'm Brad, and you, sir?
I am everybody's friend, Keith.
Keithy, there we go. Well, we're here today to review our final of the, what is it, a tetralogy? Is that what the hell it's called, a tetralogy?
Yeah, I think we learned that the hard way a long time ago. Yeah.
Jeez, man, I thought it was quadrology, but I guess that's right. Four, I don't know. But it's Sword and Stone from Ryan Adams. And
Yeah.
whew, again, 4 albums, a lot of music to listen to from Ryan this year. 4 albums last year, a lot of music to listen to. So we've gone through 1985. We've done Star Sign. We've done Heat Wave. And now we're landing on Sword and Stone.
Here it
So,
is.
Mr. Knowles, how did you feel about this one?
Well, I tell you, I was excited to listen to this one and really, do repeated listens like we're doing here. Um, Upon my initial listen, before this deep dive, oh, there's the quotes. No confetti. I I felt like this had the vibe of a Ryan Adams album that I really like. Um, I wasn't 100% sure about all of the songs from a songwriting standpoint, though. So I went into this one really with my ears very perked up
Mhm.
to see if I just needed more time with it or my initial instinct was correct. So I'm here to say that for me, Sword and Stone has definitely has some highlights, but overall, the songwriting to me is not as strong as it is on some of these other new albums. Of these past eight, let's say, as we go back to the other
Yeah,
tetralogy.
the tetralogy. I
Yeah,
mean, for me, the first thing I noticed, there's been a lot of discussion on which song was written in what era, what album, this album, what's it pulling from? Where's these, did they write all 8 albums in the last year or some of these B-sides? This to me is the most recent sounding Ryan Adams music. This sounds like something he could have just recently recorded
hmm
from the reverb heavy sound throughout the guitars, the vocal, just the way he's singing sounds a little bit more like a lot of his recent stuff. So to me, Sword and Stone is what probably would have been if he just released one album. Um, it sounds like new Ryan Adams material. Where Star Sign is fantastic, but some of those songs I went, oh, is that from Gold? Oh, did that come from this era? Like it sounded
yeah,
like there's some different stuff from different eras.
yeah,
Um, this sounds like it was all recent. I don't know if that's wrong. Someone might say these songs are older. I don't know, but it sounds very new.
yeah. I would tend to agree with that. I think again some really great songs on here, no doubt. Overall, as an album listen, I think my only gripe, for lack of a better word, I would say with this album is it feels kind of like Ryan Adams by numbers.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any sense.
Does
But saying that, I mean, he's got some pretty damn good numbers, that he
that's
uses.
true. I mean, that's true for
So
sure.
yeah, so it's kind
I
of
mean,
hard to complain.
I think you were like me, where that first track I was here when that first was released. That one sounded like okay. I really want to hear this album. It had a really, and that's still a highlight to me of this album. It's one of the top 2 or 3 songs.
Yeah,
And and like you said, there's some songs that I'm not like blown away by. Number two is Blown Away. I wasn't blown away by that track.
yeah,
Um, but there's a lot of there is great tracks on here. Like and I think a lot of people touched on it, is Manhattan in the Rain.
hmm
I mean, that's a fantastic Ryan Adams track. I mean, there's a reason why that one's getting a lot of talk, I believe. Um,
yeah. Well, to me, Manhattan in the Rain sounds like it could have been on Star Sign.
possibly,
You
possibly,
know,
yeah, yeah.
so I don't know. I don't know. I think Blizzard in the Room is a standout to me.
Number two,
Okay, there we go.
yep, yep.
There we go. Um, I think a song that may be kind of skipped over by a lot of people, but I just kind of struck me for some reason, was track four, Never Run.
I like the synth parts of that. Is that I see again? Not the non-musician to me. Is that synth that's being played throughout that?
I believe so, off the top of my
Yes,
head.
it's unique. I like that sound on that one.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, and again, a song that I mentioned before, like I Can See the Light, where some of the lyrics, it's like if anybody else would sing it, it's kind of like, that's kind of a little hokey. But knowing what he's been through, it's believable coming from him.
That's number 3 for me.
um, oh, it is.
Yep.
Okay.
So we've just touched on my number 1, 2, and 3 in the right there.
Well, because what I was going to say about I Can See the Light actually is I'm still not sure if it's a little too earnest, a little too, I don't want to say I can't because it's not, but
Mhm.
or if it works. So for you, clearly it works.
For me, it did. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So that was one of the
He,
3 highlights for me.
I tell you what, he sings his ass off on that one. I can tell you
He
that
sure
much.
does.
And and Manhattan in the Rain for me
Mhm.
initially, I was kind of like, it's a really good song, but
Yeah,
I was kind of wondering why everybody was kind of losing their mind over it. It seemed like, but well, with the repeated listens of this album, it clicked with me.
okay, okay.
Yeah, definitely clicked with me. Um, Friday Night NYC is not one that jumps out to me.
Nope.
Kind of sounds like like a an outtake, maybe a demo.
Yep.
Um, but what do you think of the sound of this album overall?
The sound of this album, like I said, it reminds me of a lot of the newer post 2010 Ryan Adams. It's reverb soaked.
Yeah,
uh, I mean, this would be like self-titled, Prisoner. Like they all have kind of that reverby guitar. So this sounds new to me. That's what I'm saying. This when I heard this, it sounded like modern Ryan Adams, not the 2000 Ryan Adams. Not that there's anything
yeah,
wrong with that, because the self-titled is a great album, but
yeah. I mean,
I definitely hear production styles and guitar styles and things on there that he's using instrumentally and pedal effects that just sound recent and new that he's been using.
yeah. I agree to an extent. I listened to albums though, like Self-Titled and Prisoner,
Mm-hmm.
um, and just the sheer, you put it on the turntable. How does this sound to you? Does it
Yeah.
sound great? I didn't get Sword and Stone on vinyl yet, but
No,
I think Self-Titled and Prisoner are going to sound noticeably better
I agree.
than this album. Yeah.
I agree 100%. Those two albums I think are better. Like self-titled to me is kind of what this is, but in a much better way of being done.
Yeah. And in my opinion, better songs.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, this one I feel I almost feel like this one kind of is masquerading as the type of Ryan Adams that is my favorite kind of Ryan Adams. But you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
when you go song by song, you're like, there's some great stuff on here. Not all of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's just my opinion. Again, not an album I wouldn't want to live without. Don't get me wrong.
Oh no, and that's the thing. Again, when we go
Yeah,
through these Ryan Adams ones, we get picky. I mean, I get picky because you got ridiculous amount of amazing 5-star work.
yeah,
So if an album is a 4-star, you kind of, you know, you feel bad it didn't live up to the 5. But I
yeah,
mean, it's Ryan Adams. I mean, like you said, if this was put in the record shop now, I'd go out and buy it. So I
yeah,
already got it on the way. So no.
yeah. So, yeah. So I mean, you know, it's an enjoyable listen as it always is with him. But some things have to fall down in a ranking. Eventually, you have to pick your favorites, and you have to. There's reasons why, and you don't have to, but I mean, we do as
Yeah.
hosting a channel. But speaking of that, I'll put you on the spot here. I think we've done this exercise here and done the deep dive on all four of these new ones. So why don't we go ahead and rank these last 8 albums?
Yeah.
So we're looking at what? We're looking at Romeo and Juliet, FM, Devolver,
Chris.
Chris, and then the 4 ones that we just did. So
Mhm.
Star Sign, Heat Wave, 1985, Sword and Stone.
Yep.
So let's go back and forth real quick, man. Let's go 8, 7. Let's go up to our number 1. So go
All
ahead
right.
and start us off.
Number 8 for me of the 8 albums just released is the one we just talked about, Sword and Stone.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Um, you know what? I had 8 and 7 different.
You're flipping them.
I'm gonna flip them right now, because I think I'm about to have the same as yours, and I think you're right. So I'm gonna put Sword and Stone. I had it at 7, but I'm gonna put it at 8.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put my number 7, as what I had at 8. So go ahead with your 7. Let's see if this lines up.
FM.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
FM. Yeah. It's a great.
Wow.
It's a great album. Don't get, again. This is one of those things where these are great albums, but when going through these,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay, we differ a lot on that one. So my number 7 is going to be 1985.
Really? Okay. Yes, I do
Okay.
differ with that. Yeah.
Okay. So wow, this is interesting. So what's your number 6?
Devolver.
Okay. Um, I think maybe I did my list too quick. But no, I'm going by not. Yeah, I'm thinking of how these albums sound, but also the songs themselves. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick to the rest of my list the way I have it. So your number 6 was what? I'm sorry.
Devolver.
Okay, my number 6 is actually Heat Wave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So your number 5.
1985.
Wow. Okay, that really shot up. Okay. Um, so my number 5 is Chris.
Mm, mm. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So that was the bottom half for the two of us. Now we're going to our top 4. All right. Give it to me, Brad. What's your number 4?
Star Sign.
Number 4.
Number 4 is Star
Okay.
Sign. Yep.
All right. I hope you're following along at home, folks, because these lists are very different, and I find this very interesting. It's pretty cool, actually. So my number 5 was Chris. My number 4 is FM.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
There's some great
All right,
stuff
buddy.
on there. There's some great
Top
stuff
3.
on there.
Top 3.
Yeah, top 3 each. Number
What do you
3
got?
for me, Heatwave.
Yeah, I feel like I maybe have Heatwave a bit low on my list. But sticking with what my gut was, my number 3 is Devolver.
Wow. And Devolver is good. Don't get me wrong. I struggled with that one a little bit because I wanted to put it higher, but
yeah,
thinking through, that's where it landed. But yeah, Heatwave was 3 for me.
So okay, so this is where it gets real interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you already know what my number 1 is, but what is your number 2?
Chris.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this for a second.
Yeah. I told you a while ago this moved up for me. You remember that?
When these first came out,
yep.
You and I both for a while had Chris dead last every time we talked about these new albums.
We did. And I listened to it more and more and more, and I'm finding gems on there over and over and over.
And now it's number 2 for you.
Yep.
Above Star Sign. Did you see the balloons? What is going on?
Congratulations, Chris. Yeah.
Now, I'm wondering if the folks are actually going to see what we're seeing on these videos, or they're going to think we're just delusional. But anyway, balloons for Chris. So my number 2 is Star Sign.
Yeah. Okay.
So
which Star Sign's great, so I can't argue with you.
Wait, do we both have the same number 1 then, I guess?
I think we do, yeah.
Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet, number 1.
I'm glad you have that number 1, dude. Those songs on that album, Jesus.
Well, let's just put it this way. If we took all of these and threw them all into his discography, which now we're at 25, 26, which I don't even know anymore.
Yeah.
Is Romeo and Juliet a top 10?
Absolutely.
Yes, it is. Is it top 5?
I don't know.
It's right on that edge. It's right there.
It's right on that edge.
It's close.
Because you know what probably is top 5 of his whole discography for me now?
What?
Wednesdays.
Oh, I keep forgetting Wednesdays, yeah.
Dude.
Wednesdays absolutely is, yes.
Dude, Wednesdays? My God. Like, my God. I mean, how much of a shame is it? How much of a shame is it, Brad, that most people do not know the album Wednesdays by Ryan Adams, and it should have won every award that is possibly available. Album of the year, all the awards across the board, nationally, internationally. That album should have just run away with everything that it could possibly be nominated for, and
Yeah,
no one even knows it.
I love that
Yeah,
because to me, what's happening here? The placement of it was weird. I mean, he had just gone through the nonsense, the whole woke whatever,
yeah,
and he had these 8 crazy albums come out. Well, right before that, he released Wednesdays. You know, like he kind of it
yeah.
was this weird time. Somebody 40 years from now is gonna be digging through, going, "Oh, Ryan Adams is great," and they're going to find that album, and they're going to be blown away. I mean, that's going to be one of those albums that people go, "Oh, Gold, Heartbreaker, oh, Jacksonville City Nights, oh, Cold Roses,"
Cold Roses.
and they're going to go, "Holy shit, what is this?" Wednesday's going to blow someone away.
Dude, if that man if that man sat in my living room with an acoustic guitar
Yeah,
and just played Wednesdays top to bottom, I I would be like, okay, if I die tomorrow, whatever. No, I'm kidding. I love my family. I'm kidding. But like, Jesus, dude, like that album, and like we said, with Prisoners Live is a lot better than we expected it to be. I mean, if he ever puts out the Wednesdays Live thing, I'm buying it.
oh, I'm not even looking at the price tag.
Exactly,
Yeah, because
exactly.
it's gonna
And
be. I'm
actually,
that
wish
sure it's gonna be fantastic.
in retrospect, I wish I would have bought Prisoners Live
I mean,
with my
picture
older.
Mama or When You Cross Over, just
Oh,
him and the guitar, just
oh my God, dude, Mama. I mean,
yeah,
what the hell? I mean, I challenge the toughest guy you've ever met in your life, tough as
yeah,
nails. I challenge that man to sit in front of a good sound system, put that on the turntable, put Mama on. If you're not in tears by the end of that song,
yeah,
you don't have a pulse.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like it's these 8 albums you put out are fantastic, and as fans, you can't be happier that you got 8 great new Ryan Adams albums. But Wednesdays is the crown jewel of the last 3 or 4 years for sure.
Oh, it is. Oh, I want
Yeah,
to go listen. I want to go listen to it right now after we've. I mean, like it's just for the millionth time.
yeah,
So,
I agree.
well, folks, tell you what, that's our list. Now that we've gone through this with the deep dives on each of the last 4, and we've revealed our rankings. I don't know. I may have to revisit. I think Heat Wave's a little low for me. But folks, really, please, DRA fans, DRA Army, take the time and rank these last 8 for us in the comments.
Yeah,
We'd love to
I'd
see
love
it.
to
We'd
see
love to
that.
see
I'd
it.
love to see that.
So, and of course, this particular video is about Sword and Stone. So let us know what you think about that one in particular as well. So thanks, Ryan. Come on, we're ready for more albums now. we got through these. Let's get some more.
Look, all I want, let's just get that Wednesday's live album out, and I'll be happy for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. If he puts that out, I'll probably go back into the store and just order Wednesdays and Prisoners Live together.
I might
And
even buy
say,
2 copies of it. I might buy 2 copies just in case one breaks.
yeah. Yeah. Gosh, that Prisoners Live turned out so well. I mean, the way he
Mhm.
sang the songs and the way they added the touches
Yeah,
in there, so great.
it was great.
So as always, Brad, I am your friend Keith. This is the KMB Music Den. Thank you so much for watching. Ryan Adams fans in particular, you've been carrying us. Keep on doing it. And please like this video, share it on social media, subscribe to the channel, smash the bell for notifications. We will be back soon. Hopefully, Ryan will be putting more albums out soon, and we'll just keep on flying the flag for him because we're happy to do it.
We are.
All right, Brad. Thanks as always for your time.
Absolutely.
Great job, and we'll talk to you folks soon. More new albums coming out. More Goldilocks. Ranking in real time is coming back soon. Stick with us. We got lots of great stuff for you to check out. Have a good one.